flight boss, bitch. For sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Esoteric Move. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucker responsibilities. And this video right here is about your year, age, numerology. Now, I like to tell y'all, when it comes to mental mathematics, addition would be gematria, because you can add value. Subtraction, when it comes to mental mathematics, will be numerology, because we're always trying to find the root cause, the root square, the root number. So it's like an art of deduction. We're subtracting. So once you understand mental mathematics, subtraction will be numerology, addition will be gematria, then for the most part, that lets you know that we can add numbers and add value so we can see the broad perspective of something on a larger scale, other than us trying to learn it from a smaller scale, from our own individual perspective. So, that's why it's important to understand the meaning of the numbers 1 through 9. So you just don't get lost into the world, right? Into nothingness, and then you become a fool. Because you don't understand your own parameter. You don't understand your own zero. You don't understand your own circumference. So you get lost into the number systems to understand yourself. And then that's how you become a fool. And we have to stamp a tarot card on your monkey ass. You might as well tattoo some similar symbology on your motherfucking monkey ass if you ain't got no symbology of the fool on your ass already. But that's a whole nother motherfucking video. So like I said, right, since y'all like to correlate y'all age based upon the sun is the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is correlated to the will, how we will things into this existence. The chakra, when you made your mini chakra, your mini sun sign, your solar plexus, this is how you correlate your individuality. And based upon the space that you created yours in, that's how your vortex of individuality is going to be spewed off. So we created names for these things. Greek and terminology call them Aries through Pisces. That's a whole nother video. But like I said, right, these are just basically titles and to understand temperaments and your temperature for your lights that you create as a soul, an individual spirit. And once you create that force from your soul, these lights you emit let us know the characteristics, the star, that the signature behind it, that the persona behind it, that the spirit, the individual spirit, that's a solo soul behind it, likes to move. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, like I said, once we get into if you like to correlate, now back in the day we used to do this with all planets, all stars, but since y'all get so lost by Abrahamic and the sun, so y'all like to correlate y'all physical features with that age ramifications, then that one is correlated to your solar plexus. So based upon how many times the sun has revolved since the day you took flight, the day you was born, that's how many times your mini version solar plexus have revolved. So the number behind it is going to let you know what frequency vibration your individuality is in at the moment. So keep that in mind. Your actions is in at the moment. Your viewpoints about the world is in at the moment. And that's going to be the ideas and feelings that you create with your spirit to add on more layers and bubbles to cater to that astro travel so you don't get destroyed, because we're creating spaceships. So as a spirit, once your spaceship get destroyed, you just nothingness and become a nothingness fool again. But that's a whole nother video. Like a spirit, you have to become aware. Now, like I said, so we're going to start off at 14 and we're going to go to probably 41. You know what I'm saying? Now, pardon me. Now, here's the thing, right? Let's start at 13. 13 years old. You're getting ready to hit puberty and things of that nature, right? So keep this in mind. At 13, you're in the frequency vibration of expressing your individuality, or this is what, the more you're able to do it as a spirit, the more you can rise above the current. The more you get outweighed by all the experiences you're going through in that frequency vibration, the more the energy, consciousness, awareness you create in your life be more hard and resistance and trial and tribulation like and things of that nature. So keep that in mind. So it's all about the spirit that's utilizing these tools. Your sons of you being a god or goddess, and your daughters of men that's is in. It's up to you as a spirit, an individual's spirit being a soul, to utilize these two energies in the right frequency vibration. Based upon the magic square and the locations that we be in and our upbringing, a lot of times by default, we get raised to do things otherwise. And that's why we be having hard lives based upon the age. And then when we reach another age, for a lot of us, it'd be better times than other people who reach that age. And it's like that different for all of us. But we're going to get into that. 13, you are here to take your individuality and express it within your surroundings at 13. 1 represents individuality. 3 represents surroundings, because we know how we get to 3. It takes 2 individual things. So one of something going into something, or of something, or relating to something. And by default, that's 2 of somethings. And that creates a space within itself that those two things move in. So that's how you get to 3. You see what I'm saying? So that's why 3 means surroundings or familiarity, because two of one thing, you know what I'm saying? Or one thing twice builds familiarity, and now it has a surrounding, and that creates 3 esoterically. You see what I'm saying? And how we be creating substances and blood cells. That's another video though. But like I said, right? Because it's like that with all numbers, not just that one. But reason why I broke that down, because we talk about 13. 13 is an important age. You start to hit puberty and things of that nature, due to these very facts that this is where you're resonating and traveling through as a frequency vibration, as a spirit, to develop your organs and bubbles to come out into this realm of reality, to see it through. You see what I'm saying? Express yourself externally. So because it's internal, external. So always remember, up means internal, and down means external. Always remember that, because they get y'all lost in up and down. It's really not that. You know what I'm saying? It's really out there and in there. You know what I'm saying? So up is in there, down is out there. That's why you always got to go down that way, no matter what direction you be pointing to. You see, y'all get lost in direction though, but don't realize part of your sentence say something like that though. Oh, you got to go down that way, and you don't even be thinking about right, left, up, down, north, east, south, west. It's a spiritual thing. You see what I'm saying? And then we create the external world. So you could kind of look at it also like up, exoteric. You know what I'm saying? Esoteric. Up, esoteric. Internal. Up, esoteric, internal. You know what I'm saying? Down, exoteric. EXO, external. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they got y'all living backwards also, all y'all religious people. That's another video. But like I said, 13, right? You're here to take your individuality and express it within your surroundings. Probably getting ready to leave junior high, get into high school and things of that nature. So you're here to express more yourself within your surroundings and know more about yourself within your surroundings, and let your surroundings know more about yourself. 1, 3. So that's numerology, the meaning of 1 and 3. And then when we put these things together, that's gematria. You know what I'm saying? So that's that Tesla little thing we just did. I just did it live for y'all. You know what I'm saying? For you to understand spiritual natures before we manifest it in the physical realm. But while we're already in the physical realm, this is why you are experiencing certain thoughts and feelings at certain ages. 14, you're here to take your individuality and start to express your individual thoughts. 4 is masculine and individuality on a more broader scale, from the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional level. On the 1, 2, and 3rd dimensional level, you're here to bring that down and express that down here. So you're here to be express more of your own individual thought. Because now you're in high school. Now people want to know what you think, not what people at home think that you just expressing when you are out amongst other people, around other people. 15. Now this is powerful right here, because 15 is you are here, or you're going to be going through the frequency vibration where you start developing thoughts and feelings to react to the world of expressing your own individual emotions and feelings. 5, that's that pillar. You know what I'm saying? How to get to 5, we create that, that pointing system, that triangle. That's that 1, 2, and 3. Then we come idea, problem, solution. Then we come up with a conclusion. Then that's that 4th point that lead us to the 5th point, and then that seals a value or an emotion or a feeling about what we was just doing previously to build up to 5 points, and that built tears, emotions, more extreme blood cells that lead to lower realms of realities and desires and chakras and all kind of other different circumstances. But for the most part, at 15, you probably won't even start emotionally expressing how you feel. So that you might start getting more interested into your sexual natures, whether you're going to be straight or go the other way, you know what I'm saying, or whether you're into sex or not, or whether you're going to be in a circumstance where you start blaming and casting stones at older people in your life because they haven't taught you about sexual energies or how to deal with certain emotions and feelings or heartbreaks and things of that nature, due to the fact of you expressing yourself in the external world now, after you have been in the phase of expressing your individual thoughts. Now you're about to start seeing the reactions from them things at 15. You know what I'm saying? Because 14 was individual, express your individual thoughts. 15, now you're about to start seeing that reactions and what you feel comfortable with. All that fire turn into water. Is it something you want to swim in, or do you want to go create another pool, fire, water, and then go create a pool somewhere else? 16 is you taking your individuality and expressing it through sex in some way, shape, or form, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally. 16, this is when we want to express our individualities and see how much attention we can receive from it, or see if we get attention or not. So this is the development and how we come whole. Because at 14, your thoughts, 15, your emotions, and when those two come together, now you're about to start to see how you go in and out, and who you are within that realm of reality itself. So at 16, this is when we are definitely trying to learn ourselves and smell our own ass and piss and shit and decide if we want to act grown or not at that particular time. You know what I'm saying? So it's us taking our individuality and expressing it and relating it and creating sex with it, aka balancing it with the balancing our thoughts and feelings as a whole with the external world, with other people in the environment that's doing the same thing in some way, shape, or form, to see if it can maintain attention or to see if it can be placed into a dark spot. And that's when we start to really know ourselves. 16. 17. You're going to take your individual awareness or knowledge that you have experienced from those mistakes that you have did at 16, and you're here to actually utilize them. And if you don't utilize them, you're going to be looked at as a person that people start to look at the age of 17, that, yeah, you want to be grown, you act grown, but you're not grown. AKA, you might be in a bunch of situations where people still look at you like a kid, and you don't like to be looked at as a kid, but your way of going about doing adult things may still be in a more childish perspective. So that's if you're on the negative side and you're not utilizing the age 17, those thoughts and feelings and the environment and what's going on in that period of time and how you see things and receive the external world. If you're not utilizing that because it's all about our spirits. So these are just our tools, but it takes a negative or a good, it takes a good or bad spirit to utilize these things to the best way. And all spirits have the ability to change. But if you are on the negative side of things at the, and I hate to say negative because that is really, negative and positive, these are charges. Negative, receive, go internal. Positive, pushes out, is external. So as a spirit, when you get too far into these things, we create desires that can play out as yin and yang, as negative or positive within these fields. But you know what I'm saying, that's a whole nother video. But like I said, if you get too lost into a polar shift, that's where things can start to play out, because you ain't doing no equilibrium with your tools. So at 17, that's when you could be seen as unwise but wanting to be seen wise. But at 17, you're here to utilize your individual experiences and awarenesses and use them for your favor. And that leads you into 18. Taking your individuality and yourself and putting time into something. Because here's the thing. You're here to take all of that and how you think and develop feelings and emotions up here, bring it down here. And what's your time and space? So 18, you're here to see what you're going to do for the future. You might be getting ready to go to college, you graduating high school and things of that nature, and you're starting to think about what you want to do for the future or gain stability in, aka what you getting ready to put your individual time in for your life. So that's 18. And that come into many different shapes and forms and scenarios and circumstances and experiences in our lives that may frustrate us on certain periods and may make us feel excited in certain periods. But 18, that's why you feel and have those thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Have those negative Adams and Eves going through that period of time. You're taking your individuality, 1, and 8, seeing how it consists up here and it consists up down here. How your thoughts and feelings up here relate to down here. And is it something that you can have your individuality in as a spiral system for long periods of times? You know what I'm saying? Number 8, or that parameters, or that infinity, your own infinity space. 19, you're here to take your individual wisdom of what you was putting time in, and now you're here to actually put that into action, so people can see you as a wise, a person that's wise, getting ready to go into their 20s, not a person that's gullible and unaware because they lack experience or been sheltered in some way, shape, or form, which that'd be the only reason your 19 years of age will be debilitated. Being sheltered through 18 and 13, or you having lack of experience. So that you might not be sheltered, but you might be scared to do certain things or experience life in some way, shape, or form, or timid based upon other alignments that you have with your tools that your spirit can't really use or fly in sufficiently because of how you built it. You might have built it with squares and oppositions or trines and sextiles that made you too comfortable in that area. So you look at it like, since it ain't broke, I don't need to fix it. But you don't even stay in a routine and pattern. You don't even try anything new anymore and go to a different part of your spaceship. That's another video. But like I said, right, 19, that's what you're here to do. Utilize your wisdom and actually use it, so people can look at you and be like, damn, this person, whatever ideas they had, it actually worked for them. This is an individual, other than you being a person at 19 and a person or your family or your friends looking at you like, oh, this person might not be able to make it. Saying 20. Now, this is the relatable stages of your life, these years right here. So at 20, right, You're here to relate. So this 10 years, you're here to relate yourself in more space. Take what you did at 19 and expand it. 0 means more space. So you could be a little foolish at 20 in some way, shape, or form without being too harsh or getting harsh reactions or responses from the universe from you. 21. Now you're at whole again. So you basically just turned 3 years old again. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Because you didn't, all them chakras you created became whole, and now you're starting off with 3 again. So in that frequency vibration, you're here to relate yourself within your surrounding. You're here to relate your individuality now at 21, aka you are an adult. You are you. You are responsible for your own actions. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So keep that in mind. Now, they say you could be an adult at 18 because it's like 19. It's because it's like 9. It's the number 9. So you're supposed to have a level of wisdom and knowledge, but you might not have a level of wisdom and knowledge to do everything an adult do. That's why you probably can't smoke or drink to 21. You see what I'm saying? But you could be aware of these things and start to dibble and dabble. Now and that's just an example. I'm not telling y'all to smoke or drink. I'm just utilizing these concepts as an example of why we're even the frequency vibration of giving these things certain ages and helping you understand that these things is just not being made up out of the thin blue air. 21. So 21, you're here to you're here to relate more of your individuality. Number 2, relate and your dual self, all your things of upbringing and how you apply it for yourself, your duality, and start to express that as an individual now. You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame nobody for your actions now. 22, right? You're here to relate. You're here to relate in some type of relations, or you're here to kind of see the duality in relations or relatability. So you're here to see the duality. You're here to start putting yourself into other people's shoes, and things of that nature. You probably getting ready to get a college doctorate or something like that, or even if you ain't going to college, you in life, right? Or you got a job, or you out in just life period, right? You're relating to a circumstance, or you're seeing the duality of all things. You about to start, especially at 22, you about to start experiencing things that you're unfamiliar with from other people based upon their upbringings and things that you dealt with and experienced in your upbringing, right? All the way to 22, it might have been hard for you to look at the world differently, and you might have thought the world was harsh, but at 22, you're now starting to come to grips that, okay, people, if I put myself in this person's shoes, people got whole different lives. I got to change the way I think, you know what I'm saying? And now you're starting to see the duality of your dual natures and other people's dual natures, so you can be more relatable and not be so judging. 23. This is another good number. For the most part, at 23 years old, you're here to relate yourself within your surroundings a lot more. So you're here to be some type of activist, something, and somebody important in your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that you have experienced, other people in your surroundings should be looking down or up to you in some way, shape, or form, right? Whether they're older or younger, and based upon your situations that there's negative or positive, they should be looking up or down, and you should be in a situation not being placed the blame on. They got a lot of y'all in Magic Squares in the urban area where a lot of y'all in jail right now at 23. But at the same time, I'm trying to get you that kind of situation. You're learning about yourself within your environment and how you relate. 24, right? At this time, you're supposed to be relating your thoughts now. So you're supposed to be some kind of teacher or somebody who knows something at 24. You know something. You don't know it all, but you know something. And that's 24. And that's all that's needed. You relating your own individual thoughts, whether it's right or wrong. Elders will look at you like, okay, this person is doing their life though. Same way when I was that age. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was getting it together. At least I was trying. I was showing people my thoughts so a person can count on me, or they can see that I got a way of going about something other than just being a person who have no way of handling themselves, whether I'm making a mistake or not. See what I'm saying? Some people make a lot of mistakes and then need others to handle it. At 24, you're supposed to be making mistakes, but there's no one else there to help you. So other people are supposed to be looking at you like, oh, this person, at least this person could bounce back though. So we can't really cast stones at them for making mistakes, because I was once that age, a young adult. You see what I'm saying? It's like you going through all that loopity-loop right now at 24. 25, right? Now 25, right? This is you needing to relate your emotions now. So you probably get into that stage where you probably want to start having kids. If you haven't had kids already, if you had kids already and you're a young parent, you're just now starting to get emotionally connected with your kid and wanting to play that role, but you still feel like you're a big kid. So you probably in that little stage where you start to look at your kid like your brother or your sister or some shit like that. In certain ways, you know what I'm saying? Not to full maximum potential, but y'all know what I'm trying to say for my young parents out there. You know what I'm saying? We always there. And then now all y'all ain't got no kids. But like I said, or all y'all ain't young parents. But like I said, or have been, regardless of your age now. You know what I'm saying? You probably in your 60s or your 40s now. But your kids is like 25 and 20. You know what I'm saying? But that's another video. It was really this video, but that's whole nother one, because that's a whole nother segment. Which that's gonna be a series, whole nother video, because I'm stamping these now. But yeah, at 25. You're here to relate more your emotional stance on things. So that's when you gotta not care about how other people feel, because you live in your life and you can't live your life for others at that point. You got a point of no return at 25. You see what I'm saying? And bringing these two things together is 7. So you're supposed to be experiencing your own knowledge and wisdom anyway at this time. You're developing your own angelic, demonic circumstances right now, so you can know what to do and what not to do to lead to 8 and 9 and have wisdom, because you spent time in that. 26, you're here to relate your creativity now, your passions, your sex, your relatability, your kids, your children, that's your image, how you see yourself. So this is like your career now. You know what I'm saying? At 26, you should at least have the idea what you want to do. If you ain't got the idea, you know you looking at other people who doing shit, and you just sitting somewhere just want to do something, and you just want. Now if you're on a negative, if you're too far on the negative polar shift, you're gonna build a lot of frustration at 26 on not having purpose in your life, because that's the frequency vibration you in. But 26, that's that time you start to spark those lights. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 8-2. You need something to start putting time in. Once a person start to see you never busy, you ain't doing nothing with your life, you ain't into nothing at 26, you're not even sparking the number that's behind it, the root cause, the subtraction, the 8. You're not even putting no time into nothing, so you're not even utilizing that. So people gonna look at yourself like a bum and manifest other people in your life looking at you like a bum. But at 26, if you into something, you starting to relate what you like to pay attention to. Number 2, relate what you like to pay attention to. Number 6, and give energy to that. And for the most part, by default, you'll be putting time into something. You see what I'm saying? That 2 and that 6 will be 8, and then you'll be seen as a person that's 26 but doing the damn thing. 27, even if it's just a dream that you're going after, people still will be open for you to do mistakes because you're still young. 27, right? This is and you're supposed to be wise, but at 27, you're here to relate. You relate experience, knowledge, teaching. You're supposed to be teaching shit you already know. If you don't know nothing at 27, you're gonna feel that. But you're gonna feel that at 27. Like, damn, I don't know nothing. You might even start casting stones at that age towards the people who raised you, or people that you was around. Or this might be the age you start separating from friends that you grew up with. As soon as you start turning 27, and if you on the negative side or not too far into that polar shift, then for the most part, you're gonna start to have ideas of detaching from these individuals. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna feel like they're the reason they was holding you back, but really it was just you. You supposed to have your own wisdom. But at 27, you're here to actually relate your experiences. And if you had good friends and then you're on the positive side of energy, not too far on the positive end, that being too egotistical, and then you're gonna burn out everybody who was around you for your upcoming. But for the most part, you're gonna be in a situation where you're able to relate everything you have done, and you probably got a group of friends that's doing the same thing with you right now. You know what I'm saying? So y'all probably got a group business, or you probably just in the right fields of shit. 28, this is you having to relate time. Now you got to relate your time in something at 28. You got to relate your time into something. 28 is 10. You know what I'm saying? 2 plus 8 is 10. At 28, you probably get ready to experience the energies of your Saturn return. So that's how you get from point A to point B, gain structure in your life. Father time, you know what I'm saying? How you get ready to gain structure, your capabilities and incapabilities, what you need to situate yourself on. Is you gonna have kids if you ain't have kids already? You know what I'm saying? Or if you had kids already, what you need to do to actually build some stability and start planning on their future and shit like that kind of shit. No more childish shit. You see what I'm saying? So at 28, that's just a frequency vibration in itself. And as far as astronomy and calculus, Saturn don't even have to exist for us to know what Saturn energy means. or all-seeing eye energy means. And this is what, if you spiritual, you know how to tap, you know how to understand all energies and everywhere. Astrology, astronomy, geometry, music, everything. Arithmetic, everything. I'm doing this live right now for y'all. This is it. So at 28, that go to 10, and that's 1 and 0. So you could be an individual fool if you don't participate in 28 right, because 28 is 10, 2 plus 8 is 10, but in numerology, that's really just 1 with more space. 1 next to a 0. 1 going into more space. You could be going into more lostness, or you could be going into more prosperity. You could be going into more frustration, or you could be going into more life. See what I'm saying? So, and more circumstances and situations to build on. Or you could be going into more darkness, more nothingness, more being unaware of yourself and not having time into nothing, or not having nothing you got to relate to anyone that anyone else could spend time on to manifest. You see what I'm saying? So that's 28. 28 is important. 29, right? And okay, yeah, 29, right? 29. Now, this is motherfucking you needing to relate your wisdom and knowledge now. You're getting older. You can't do the same things you was previously doing. And you know, and that's 11. It's time for you to expand. It's time for you to have your ideas shared amongst other people, for people could be like you, and you ain't got to lower your tones and be like others because you haven't grown up yet. You know what I'm saying? 30, right? Now you're 3 again. See what I'm saying? Now this is 3 with more space. You need to make your surroundings more space, aka at 30, you need your own space. Your space is supposed to be bigger. You're not supposed to be confined to someone else's space. At 30, you're supposed to have your own house, your own temple. Because once you get to 33, shit gets, whoo. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even there yet. So for the most part, everybody who's after that, like I said, you know what I'm saying? You're going through a period of time where you about to have to start playing catch up if you ain't did what you were supposed to do to 33. See what I'm saying? And this ain't, I'm not talking about physical, not talking about how much money you got. We're going to go in tonight. But like I said, right, here's the thing, right, 30, your space, your surroundings needs to be more broader, aka what this means spiritually is you shouldn't be having nobody in your life telling you what to do or what not to do. I don't care how many mistakes that you made or not. But if you a person that's constantly going through rehab, you ain't grown up yet, and people have to be in your life, as far as family members and associates and friends and shit like that to correlate that shit, then you haven't fully grown up your space is smothered, and you're gonna be in highly resistance or motherfucker rebellious mode towards yourself and others until you get it right. 31, right? Now 31. You're here to take your surroundings and make it more individualized, aka this is your house. Mi casa, su casa, whatever y'all call it, this is your surround. You ain't supposed to be having somebody controlling and demanding your shit. You supposed to be paying all your own shit. And let's not even talk about paying. Having all your shit organized, because that's that magic square shadow government shit. Universe, God, and goddesses, your real ancestors paid for everything for you. All you supposed to do is smile and be like, damn, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a vessel. That's how you, and as a spirit, be like, okay, now I'm not a vessel no more, because slowly but surely I could be doing this for someone else once I get to that stage. You're supposed to be in that mind state, not no mind state of struggling and up under a magic square, but you getting out following something. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? These spirits out here, this Abrahamic spirit, they got y'all tricked. 32 though. You know what I'm saying? But that Abrahamic spirit went through the same thing I'm talking about right now as Archangel, and all y'all went through. It went through the same thing y'all went through. Y'all stop giving y'all energy away to weak ass spirits. That's another video. But like I said, right, 32. You're here to now at 32, you're here to take your surroundings and relate that. Now you're here to relate how you stabilize yourself, and others should be looking at that as an example at 32. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, okay, yeah, because at 31, you was taking your surroundings and you individualize that. You got your own temple now. Whether it's your body spiritually, no one should be telling you how to move or anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? 32, you here to take that and you're here to relate that. Now you could tell someone how to do that for themselves. So you're not telling them how to move like you. You telling them that they need to move the way they need to move. Therefore, or everybody get ready to send. And 33. Because we're going to end this at 33. And then I'm going to do another video going ages above. But 33, this is the most powerful age ever. 33, because it's below the horizon. I hate to say that word. Horizon. My daughter go to that weak ass school. You know what I'm saying? But below your the animalistic natures, then your higher animalistic natures is above 33. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. So think about 3 plus 3. That's the number 6. Sixth house. What constellation came out of the sixth house? Virgo constellation. Where that came derived from? The 7th house. So that's letting you know logically, Mercury analyzing from a dry left brain internal space of motherfucker understanding the 7th house, how where we came from, how we split between realms, and knowing how we got here, and that little light that come from when we're trying to understand both sides of things coming from unconsciousness. You know what I'm saying? So when we come from unconsciousness, that's us becoming aware. So we're no longer no thing. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So don't get lost into thinking that no thing and unconsciousness is something in itself. No, as a spirit, you are that. You are unconscious. You are no thing, no shape or form. You have to become aware, and then you create forms that your spirit is in, and all these play out as bubbles for all the way from your light bodies, your mentalities, your minds, all the way to the development of those, the physical daughters of men and the vehicles. But all of those is what you create as nothing. You have to become something. Otherwise, you get knocked out of existence. Duh. Exit. So 33. You're here to take your surroundings and expand the surroundings. Brother, you can't care about dying or nothing, because everything you left could be things for other people can use. And if you're not dying, everything that you can use will be a form for transformation to go into your next period of life. So, and that's a whole deeper aspect also. But this video is getting over. It's 31 minutes. Flight Boss, bitch. I love y'all.